Shri Nrsimha, Jaya Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Narasimha, Prahladesha Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bringha, Shri Nrsimha, Jaya Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Nrsimha, Prahladesha Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bringha, Shri Nrsimha, Jaya Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Nrsimha, Prahladesha Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bringham, Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kamadbhuta Sringam, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa, Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kamadbhuta Sringam, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam, Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev. Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Lakshmi Narasimha ki Jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai, Haribo, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
जय राधा पार्थ सारथी राधा पार्थ सारथी राधे। जय राधा पार्थ सारथी राधा पार्थ सारथी राधे। जय ललिता विशाखा जय ललिता विशाखा ललिता विशाखा जय ललिता विशाखा। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय गौरनिताई 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 जय गौरनिताई। जय निमाई निताई निमाई निताई निमाई निताई जय निमाई निताई। जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह। जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्देशतारिणे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. बोलो बोलो. हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hari Bol, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद गुरु पूजा महामहोत्सव के श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सदमा श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सदमा वंदो मोहि सावधान महती वंदो मोहि सावधान महती जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतरिया जय जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतरिया कृष्ण प्राप्ति होए जहाँ होती कृष्ण प्राप्ति होए जहाँ होती गुरुमुख पद्मवक्या चित्त करे आए क्या गुरुमुख पद्मवक्या चित्त करे आए क्या और न करे हमने आशा और न करे हमने आशा श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जी जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जी जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरित वेद गाय जहाँ रचरित शे गुरु करो नाथंदो आदम जनार बंधो श्री गुरु करो नाथंदो आदम जनार बंधो लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन शील प्रभुपाद लोकेरा जीवन शील प्रभुपाद पतित पवन हाँ प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया देह मोरे पद छाया हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया ये बेजाज को शक्ति भुवन ये बेजाज को शक्ति भुवन शिल प्रभुपाद पतित पवन शिल प्रभुपाद लोकर जीवन जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपद शिल प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद गुरु पूजा महामहोत्सव के नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने Prabhupada Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Netai Ghor Premanande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya karo more Tum bina ke dayalu Jagat sansare Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya karo more Tum bina ke dayalu Jagat sansare पतित पवना है तो तब अवतार मौसम पतित प्रभु न पाई बेहारा पतित पवना है तो तब अवतार मौसम पतित प्रभु न पाई बेहारा हाँ प्रभु नित्यानंदा प्रेम नंद सुखे कृपावलोकन करो आमी बड़ दुखे हाँ प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे कृपावलोकन करो आमी बड़ दुखे। नहीं बहुत टाइम है। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तब कृपा बले पाई चैतन्य निताय। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तब कृपा बले पाई चैतन्य निताय। हाँ स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट जोग श्री जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ। हाँ स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट जोग श्री जीवा प्रभु लोकनाथ। दया करो श्री आचार्य जो प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। His Parivrajikacharya, Ashtotar Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Net Leela Pravishta, ISKCON Founder Acharya, Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा पार्थ सारथी ललिता विशाखा गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह प्रहलाद महाराज की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, ISKCON वर्तमानाचार्य वृंद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. हरे कृष्णा। सब लोग मेरे साथ पढ़ें। हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन हैं जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धा पूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आँखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतितात्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने श्री चरणों की छाया प्रदान कीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरि बोल। माइक माइक।
It's possible I can play this or not really? I want to. Can I play this harmonium? I want to play harmonium. Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jala Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari. Gopi Jala Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Jaya Prajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Jaya Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jala Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari. Gopi Jala Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. I am being asked to read from Canto 7, Chapter 2, verse 41. Bhutani taiste nija yoni karma bi. It's not on the board. Do you have a? No? Bhavanti kalena bhavanti sarvasha. Na tatra hadma prakrito apisitas. Tasya gune yajama. Tasya gune anyatamo vibhajate. Bhutani taiste nija yoni karmavir. Bhavanti kalena bhavanti sarvasha. Na tatra hadma prakrito apistitas. Tasya gune anyata mohi bhajate. Bhutani taiste nija yoni karmavir. Bhavanti kalena bhavanti sarvasha. Na tatra hatma prakrito apistitas. Tasya gunai adyata mohi bhajate. Halena bhavanti sarvasha. Na tatra hatma prakrito apistitas. Yasya hi gune adayam bhajate. Udanitastar nija yone karmavi. Prakrito apistitas Tasya gunayata nipajate. Alena bhavanti savasya Matatra prakrito apisitas Yune adayatno nipajate. Nisha yoni karmavi. Bhutani, all the bodies of the living entities. Te, their own respective. Nijayoni, causing their own bodies. Karmabhi, by past activities. Bhavanti, appear. Kale, in due course of time. Nabhavanti, disappear. Sarvasha, in all respects. Na, not. Tatra, there. Ha, indeed. Atma, the soul. Prakrito, within this material world. Api, although. Sthita, situated. Tasya, of her, the material energy. Gunai, by different modes. Anyatamaha, most different. He, indeed, badhyate, is bound. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada's Bhaktivedanta purports ki jai. Every conditioned soul receives a different type of body according to his work. And when the engagement is finished, the body is finished. Although the spirit soul is situated in subtle and gross material bodies in different forms of life, he is not bound by them, for he is always understood to be completely different from the manifested body. Purport. Here it is very plainly explained that God is not responsible for the living entities accepting different types of bodies. One has to accept a body according to the laws of nature and one's own karma. Therefore, the Vedic injunction is that a person engaged in material activities should be given directions by which he can intelligently apply his activities to the service of the Lord, to become free from the material bondage of repeated birth and death. Swa karmana tam abhyacharya siddhim vindanti manavaha. The Lord is always ready to give directions. Indeed, His directions are elaborately given in Bhagavad Gita. If we take advantage of these directions, then in spite of our being conditioned by the laws of material nature, we shall become free to attain our original constitution. Mameviye prapajante mayamitam tarantite. We should have firm faith that the Lord is supreme, and that if we surrender to Him, He will take charge of us, and indicate how we can get out of material life and return home. back to Godhead. Without such surrender, one is obliged to accept a certain type of body according to his karma, sometimes as an animal, sometimes as a demigod, and so on. Although the body is obtained and lost in due course of time, the spirit soul does not actually mix with the body, but is subjugated by the particular modes of nature with which he is sinfully associated. Spiritual education changes one's consciousness so that one simply carries out the orders of the Supreme Lord and becomes free from the influence of the modes of material nature. Om Jnanatimmarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri-Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunapatam Tam Samshijivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivashakambitamscha He Krishna Kuruna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabandhu Sudha Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Bhavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Every conditioned soul receives a different type of body according to his work, and when the engagement is finished, the body is finished. Although the spirit soul is situated in subtle and gross material bodies in different forms of life, he is not bound by them, for he is always understood to be completely different from the manifested body. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak here, feeling myself extremely unqualified to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, what to speak in front of such Vaishnavas as yourselves. Somehow or another, by all of your mercy, I'm here, so I'm also begging for more mercy so I can speak something from Bhagavatam. So please bless me. Very impressed with your temple here, the organization, the numbers of brahmacharis. It's absolutely amazing. I'm coming from a very small temple in central London. ISKCON Shishi Radhalandanishwar Dham Ki Jai. You have a beautiful picture of Shishi Radhalandanishwar on the wall over there, and I was absolutely stunned because when we did parikram yesterday and we went around and we were looking at all the pictures and we came to Shishi Radhalandanishwar, and it was the same dress that I dressed them just before coming here. It was amazing. I was shocked, so I feel very blessed to be here. Some auspicious signs. So thank you. But yeah, we have only a smaller ashram with only 15 brahmacharis and a few other residents also. But that's all we can fit in our building. It's so small. Maybe some of you have been to Soho Street. Tiny temple. Some people call it the matchbox. Some people call it the submarine. You get the idea. And of course it's right on Oxford Street, so one of the busiest shopping streets in the world. So it's very difficult to stay there for a long time. Some very few saintly souls are able to do it, and I'm hanging on to their devotees for dear life. So similarly, I'm hanging on to your devotees, so please bless me today. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So this verse is being spoken, as we know, by Hiranyakashipu, who's trying to calm down his family, who are very upset at the death of his brother, Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha, who could have killed him? It's like the Titanic, the unsinkable ship, impossible to destroy. But even Hiranyaksha could be defeated by the will of the Supreme Lord in his form of Rahadev, lifting up the earth from the bottom of the Gabbadak Ocean and then destroying, killing the wicked demon Hiranyaksha. Of course, that fight is a great tale in itself. But just very easily the Lord can dispatch the biggest of demons, and Hiranyaksha was suddenly a large demon. So it was a great dismay when the family, the demonic family, realized the death of Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was then trying to calm them down by explaining through philosophy that, you know what, don't worry. I know we're going to miss him greatly, but you know, we're not the body, we're the spirit soul. So we're trying to very simply explain from the ABCs of Bhagavad Gita. Don't take things so seriously. This life is transitory, this body is temporary. Think about the bigger picture, the broader conception of reality in eternal time and space. We are very small, so he's trying to explain to them in this way, and so that they feel less grief. Of course, the pain of suffering of separation cannot be denied. Cannot be denied. Like very recently, we lost His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, but we know that the Vaishnavas never die, that they are still living in sound, and in dying live to try to spread the holy names around. They die to live, and in living try to spread the holy names around. So great Vaishnavas, they never leave us. And so you can still feel the presence of the great Vaishnavas, even when they're not physically manifest. Isn't it? In the same way that we feel Srila Prabhupada's presence, even though physically he seems to not be manifest before us anymore. But his mood is still governing, overseeing this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. In the same way we can very much feel Gopal Krishna Maharaj's presence here still today. With all of you, you're carrying his mood. We're very grateful for that. Thank you so much. So the demons are also worrying about this. What about our great ancestor? He is now gone. Who's going to lead us? Of course, as Vaishnavas, we accept this philosophy, we accept it to our hearts, and we live our lives by it, or we try our best to live our lives by this philosophy, change our behavior, and be a good example to others. Whereas the demons, however, in a very different way, they take what they want from the philosophy and use it for their own selfish purposes to achieve their immediate goals, but then they don't change their lifestyle, they don't adopt it deep into their hearts and act as good examples to others. No, they simply pick and choose, cherry pick from the scriptures what suits them at a particular point in time. But the demons, they know the scriptures very well. They can quote from there. It's not a problem. And demons today, we should know also the big ones, though you don't see. Whereas before they'd be flying in the sky with fangs and horns, now they're sitting behind desks or behind shaded windows in their big long stretch limousines, secretly controlling things, controlling how the world's going to run. Yes, those guys, they also know the scriptures very well, but they're using it in a demonic way, not to uplift humanity, to bring us all back to Godhead, but to subjugate us, to keep us in our place, to keep us under their control through their weapons of mass distraction. And in this way, they're easily manipulated. Keep working hard, paying your taxes. Live, buy, consume and die, like everybody else in this society that we've been given. At least in the Western countries, this is very developed. Perhaps in India here, with more pious background, it is not so bad yet. Things are going in that direction. Yeah, it's not easy to preach in the Western countries. Isn't it amazing what Prabhupada did? Isn't it amazing? It's hard enough to preach here, right? Very difficult to preach, to go against the tide, the flow, the momentum of consumeristic civilization. In the Western countries, it is so developed. It's so difficult to make a Western person into a Vaishnava. You cannot believe. It's a miracle that I'm sitting here before you. But for others, for me to convince others, do you know how hard that is? It's so difficult. And for somebody from an Indian country, from India, to go outside of India and to convince somebody from the West to become a Vaishnava, because I understand them. I'm one of them. I grew up with the same music, the same television, the same things. So it should be easy for me, right? It's not like that. And it's getting harder and harder with the advent of social media and all our different technologies. Everybody's completely glued to their screen. They don't care about the absolute truth, the power of their eternal existence, and the loving relationship they have with Radha and Krishna. They're not interested at all. They're interested in the moment. Live for the day. Try to squeeze every last drop of happiness out of my present situation. If I have to trample over a few heads, well, that's okay. You can't make an omelette without breaking any eggs, right? Sorry to say that in here. But it's true. And that's how we're living over there. So for Srila Prabhupada, who'd never been outside of India till he was 69 years old, didn't know anybody, to travel the seas and to turn a whole generation into Vaishnavas, who would then come here and inspire the Indians to take to Krishna consciousness, their own culture. It's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. It's so difficult to just open one center. Maybe some of you have opened a center. You know how hard that is. It's so difficult. To work with volunteers, so difficult to open a center. 108 centers in all over the world, in different languages, all these books. Unimaginable, inconceivable. How is it possible? Because Prabhupada, as he's explaining in the purport here, decided to take the simple road. Rather than trying to make it on his own in this world, he just simply followed the instructions of his spiritual master, who was the representative of the Lord on earth. You simply have to follow the instructions of Krishna and understand who we are. Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta Kshattara Gyakya Tata Para Avidya Karma Samgyang Ye Tritiya Shakti Ishyate. We're being told, it's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are energy. We can never be energetic. There's only one sun with so much heat and light, so many sun rays emanating out. Similarly, we can either be the internal potency, the external potency, or the marginal potency. So as marginal potency living entities, it's our duty to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our source. And for our love to be reposed there. Apariyam etastvanyam praktitim vidime param jiva bhuta mahabaho. We are the superior energy, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His eternal parts and parcels, mamaivam sho jivaloke. We are His eternal parts and parcels, so it's our duty to serve Him with love and devotion. And it's only by devotional service that we can achieve perfection. Bhaktyamam abhijananti yavanyash chasmi tatvata tatomam tatvato gyatva. So we know these verses from the Bhagavad Gita. Only by devotional service can we approach the Lord. So our Srila Prabhupada, taking the direct path, the simple path, simply surrender to the Lord. And that is what Krishna has advised us to do. It seems simple, but we know from our experience that it is not so easy. In London, where the cloud of darkness is permanently present, not just in terms of the modes of material nature, but in terms of the constant grey cloud which clings to the sky and shields us from the sun. That's why our skin is so white. Because the sun is rarely seen. Although at one time the sun never set on the British Empire. Now the sun is never seen. In the corner of the very edge of civilization, the British Isles. An outpost on the continental Europe. The sun is never seen. I can honestly tell you, I haven't seen the sun in weeks until I got here. And of course in Delhi also is quite obscured because of the pollution, but that's a different problem. It's also a symptom of this age. Our dependence upon technology for our comfort and convenience. Even though every little comfort and convenience we developed comes with a whole bunch of externalities and different side effects. And we have to work hard to achieve them. We have to make more pollution to build them. And then of course we have to power them with the energy which we don't have. We have to create that energy by plundering the earth further, just like Hiranyakashipu was doing, plundering the earth. That's why the earth became disbalanced, right? Because he took all the minerals out of the earth, and then so that's what's also happening. The earth can come out of balance. Maybe we'll fall back into the bottom of the ocean again. Though we're not as powerful as those demons, we can't extract as much. But still, the earth is reacting to our plunderings in our own way. So, my nation is being punished due to the activities of my ancestors. So now we get cold weather and no sun. So the sun is never seen. But the shadow of darkness isn't just in England, but across the entire of the material world. That's why we need so many lights to illuminate, because this world is a place of darkness. Whereas the spiritual world is a place of light. Na tat bhasyate suryo, na shashanko, na pavakaha. They don't need the sun or the moon in the spiritual world. It's there, but it's to add to the rasa, to the pastimes, to the loving interactions of Radha and Krishna in the spiritual abode. The rising and setting of the sun and the moon is there to intensify the loving exchange between Radha Krishna and their devotees. Whereas for us, we have to engage electricity and fire to keep us warm and keep us illuminated. This is the situation of the Kali Yugite. So there, in that chilled place, just chill out. Just go to London, it's nice and cold there. You think it's cold here? Yeah, you don't know nothing. See, nothing. And the wind and the rain, the sleet and the snow. But the people also are very cold because of it. Maybe they're cold because of past karmas, and therefore they take birth in a cold country to facilitate their lizard-like tendencies. So it's up to us to warm them up with the holy names and Srila Prabhupada's effulgent books. We just completed our biggest Christmas marathon in living memory. We have with us actually some of our top book distributors from London. We distributed, I don't know how many books, but it was a lot. It was the biggest marathon since 1993. And next year, by increasing by 20%, we're going to be the biggest marathon since records began. So please bless us that we can achieve this. One of the highlights was we distributed on the street, hand to hand, for donations, not just giving out for free. Prabhupada didn't want that. 1,000 Bhagavad Gitas on the street in one day. For us, that's a big deal. Don't forget, there's only 15 brahmacharis. There's not like hundreds of... You guys can do 1,000, no problem. I'm sure you probably do it all the time. But for us, that's a lot. So just trying to be an instrument to the real beacon of light in this world, which is what's inside of Prabhupada's books. His purports. It's enough to drive away the darkness of ignorance from the minds of anyone who reads them. But there has to be follow-up too. For many, there was a survey done recently in the UK about the competency of individuals to read books, what the average competency of the reading the reading level competency of the average person in the UK is that of a 13-year-old. Yes, it's a literate country, but the average reading competency is that of a 13-year-old. Because the books most people read these days is just newspapers or some Harry Potter. Instead of Hare Krishna, they read Harry Potter and other books like that, which are actually for children, like Lord of the Rings, things like this, is what everybody reads now. And so to read Prabhupada's books is very difficult for them. It's hard. Some of the words they don't understand. So a follow-up program is required. And of course, our instruction is coming directly from Lord Chaitanya. Krishna quotes here, Mameviye prapajante mayamitam tarantite. To overcome illusion, we simply have to surrender to the Lord. As we approach Krishna, He will respond to us, right? Ye yata mam prapajante tams tataiva bhajam yaham. As we surrender to the Lord, He reciprocates with us. But what about those who can't surrender? What about those who are so fallen, they can't even read the books, that all they have ever known is their iPhone? iPhone. This is the age of the self, the century of the self, some commentators have called it. I call it the century of the selfie. Yeah. Because it's all about me in this age. And I notice you have a sign here, no selfies, right? Because people want to come and take photographs of themselves with the deities. So instead of having the deities in the center, it's about me. I'm in the forefront, and the deities are there also. So this is the problem with social media. Those who are using it not for preaching purposes, but even for those who are using it for preaching purposes, there's a great danger there. To get drawn into that world, which is like a black hole. And it doesn't matter how much love you put there, you hardly get anything back, if anything at all. And it just constantly drains you. All your time, all your energy, all your intelligence, everything gets sucked up. And so everybody is addicted to Instagram. And it's all about promoting how much fun I'm having right now. And you are not having, more to the point. So look how much fun I'm having. Look how much me and my friends are enjoying. Take a photograph. And in this way, show off. But in reality, nobody's having fun. You can look like you're having a great time for a photograph. Easy, you just smile. But most people's lives are empty. Void of any real relationships. Even within the family, people are competing and trying to defeat one another. It's a very difficult time to grow up in the Western countries, because Srila Prabhupada is so powerful, even the most fallen could be converted into Vaishnavas. But what about us? How are we supposed to do it? It seems like an impossible task. And actually it is, without Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It's completely impossible. So what we've done for the Western audience, because the Indian preaching in the UK is going fantastic. It's like some of the best in the world. You've heard of Bhaktivedanta Manor, perhaps? And although it's mostly just the Gujarati community, but it is so developed. The preaching is going fantastic. We also have many disciples of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj in London, and they have a big Bhakti Vriksha community there. A fantastic preaching. But for the indigenous people, the natives of England, and actually all across the Western world, the preaching had diminished somewhat. Whether it's because it's become more difficult, or just because we become complacent and just relying upon the low-hanging fruits of the Indian community to fund our ISKCON in the Western countries. Whatever the reason is, much less Western Vaishnavas have been coming to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada in recent years. So in London we've tried to fix that by following in the footsteps of great luminaries in the Krishna consciousness movement, like Devamrita Maharaj, like Vaisheshika Prabhu, like His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and developing projects by which we can attract a greater variety, diversity of people to Krishna consciousness. Cast the net wide. to attract all different kinds of people. So we started a little preaching center. It's called Studio 108. And we invite people there. We pretend it's just a cool place to come. There's a lot of pseudo-spiritualism, so we're not like that. We invite people to come on the basis that, hey, we have mantra chanting, we have wisdom talk, we have delicious vegan or vegetarian food. We show them the picture of the food. And you know what? It's really cheap. It's only £15. I know that sounds a lot. But for London, that's nothing. And so they come. And we give them the Maha Mantra. We give them from the Bhagavad Gita wisdom talk, but presented in a contemporary style according to their tastes. We tell them about Krishna. And then we give them more kirtan. Sometimes we introduce bass guitar or other Western instruments just to give them that nightclub feel, so they feel at home. And before they know it, they're jumping up and down, screaming Hare Krishna at the top of their lungs. They don't even know what it is. And slowly they're becoming purified through the devotee association, taking prasadam for their taste, like pizza, lasagna, or Chinese prasad. We have, because you have Chinese prasad here as well. Really good. Wow. We had some last night. Actually, we have a couple of our Chinese devotees with us. So over here, Wei Jun is one of the best cooks of Chinese prasad. And Dira Dada is one of the best book distributors in ISKCON London. So they are representing and they're attracting also other people from China and Hong Kong and from other places to also take to Krishna consciousness. We have Chinatown in central London. It's just very close to us, so there's so much scope there for bringing those people, because Krishna consciousness is for everyone. That's the mood of the para upaka, isn't it? Bharata bhumite hoile manusya janmayar janma sataka karikara para upaka. So you all para upakas, Prabhu says in the purport, if you're born in this country, it's your duty to live for the benefit of everybody else. That includes me, so please bless me. No, but seriously, it's our duty, and Prabhupada took that mission to the West. Paschatya deshatarine. He took it to the West to deliver it to those who had no chance, no hope in hell they would ever take to Krishna consciousness. And he succeeded giving it to them. How did he do it? And now the command is, now you have to do it, it's your turn. I'm leaving the rest up to you. So to live for the benefit of all other people means that somehow or another, even though it's hard, we have to screw our brains and figure out a way of propagating this mission and giving it in a form, using novel means to attract all of Krishna's parts and parcels back to his lotus feet. So that's what we try to do in some small way in London, and we're having some immediate success. We've actually created through that program a whole new generation of Vaishnavas from all different backgrounds, because London is a very diverse place. I don't know if you know that, but actually British is actually officially a minority in London now. Did you know that? Actually a minority. We have people from all over the world are resident in London. So our programs represent that, the diversity. We have people from African backgrounds, from Chinese backgrounds, from Asian backgrounds, from European backgrounds, from everywhere. It's a very special thing to witness, actually. It's an interesting time to see these people taking up the principles of devotional service, of following the rules and regulations, which for them is very hard. But if you smother them with love and affection, they're willing to do it, because here the family is everything. In the Eastern countries, the family is so strong. You will never do anything to upset mom. And if you do, you'll apologize. Maybe show such great respect. But in the West, you make it your mission to do everything against what your parents tell you to do. You make it your mission to make them cry, and make them sigh, and make them so maybe perhaps they will just die. Leave me alone, Mom and Dad, I hate you. You try to ruin my life. And this is how they speak to their parents. Yeah, I know, because I'm like that myself. we don't have any respect for our parents. We don't have any respect for our teachers. And so for those people, to give them the piety by which they can follow the 4 regulative principles, that's not an easy thing to achieve. So how do you do it? Prabhupada showed us. You smother them with love and affection, because they've never actually tasted real love before. They don't know. Their parents didn't love them. They have no family. So you have to become their family and give them the affection that they never had. We have one boy, his name is Bobby. He's a celebrity. He's on a big TV show called EastEnders. And he's moved into our ashram now. Not giving up his career. We have something called a contemporary Vedic ashram where you can still work or study, but live like a brahmachari style life. Learning all the culture, doing book distribution, coming to the morning program, so on and so forth. And so this individual, he never had a mother. Like so many, of course his mother died when he was young, but so many have come from broken families. Their mother and father, they don't speak to each other, so they grew up with one parent. And so we have one very nice Vaishnavi, Rajbhumi, adopted him as her spiritual son, and now he's getting all that love and affection that he never had. He's chanting 16 rounds. It's amazing. So like that, in our own way, each individual requires a particular type of love and affection to fill the void in their hearts. And the only reason we can give is because we've got so much from our gurus, from the devotees, from Prabhupada, from our lordships, Shri Shri Radha Landanishwar. We're able to distribute the overflow because finally our hearts are being healed after lifetimes of disappointment, lifetimes of hurt, being betrayed, betraying others, being exploited, exploiting others. We're finally able to forgive and forget all the wrongs that have been done to us. That's the beauty of a Brahmana. They're able to forgive, the power of forgiveness. Able to forgive all the wrongs that were done to us. Don't blame on others for the wrongs that have happened to me in my life. In fact, forgive everybody and respond with love. Only a Vaishnava can do that. So it is our life's mission to try to become a Vaishnava. And in this way, try to become a good example to others. And not try to uplift such a downtrodden civilization. So, thank you so much to all of you. You are really such great examples. The Krishna consciousness is absolutely booming in Delhi and throughout India. It's such an inspiration to us in the Western countries. You're churning out so many exalted Vaishnavas, effulgent devotees, and it makes us feel so happy, so optimistic about the future of Krishna consciousness. So please continue showing us and please pray for us in the West that we can keep doing Srila Prabhupada's work there too. So thank you very much. I was asked to leave it open for some questions or comments. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jainataya Gopremanande. Please, any questions or comments I will happily take.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your kindness in presenting so many facets of how all of you are taking forward Srila Prabhupada's movement. My question to you is, you said there are only 15 brahmacharis in your temple, and obviously that puts a lot of pressure on you to ensure that you deal with the weapons of mass distraction that are available across the world. My question to you is, how is it that, what are some of the steps that you've taken in your own ashram to ensure that the brahmacharis don't fall prey, especially to technology?
Yeah, it's not easy. So one of our strategies now is, as I mentioned before, is the introduction of the contemporary Vedic ashram. So before anybody moves into the ashram, they spend 1 or 2 years because in London everybody lives in flats, everything is built up, so we have a flat, we have 2 actually, and we're just about to open our 3rd one because it's such a successful program. And they move there and they spend 1 or 2 years there learning how to follow the regulative principles, learning how to be clean, how to chant 16 rounds, how to interact nicely with the other Vaishnavas, and develop a service attitude, and to give up bad habits. And that's the most difficult one, is how to give up bad habits. As we all know, the only way you can give up bad habits is by getting a higher taste. We can be told over and over again, don't do this, don't do that, but it's not changing my heart. In fact, it may make me a little emboldened and brazened. Who are you to tell me what to do? But by providing a good example, by providing them with many good examples and inspiring them, then even those who are so much habituated to sinful life can develop enough enthusiasm and inspiration to rise above their conditioning. As we were reading, the 3 modes of material nature is always acting upon us unless we come to the platform of devotional service. How to rise above these 3 modes, or at least come to the mode of goodness, is through this process of Pancharatrik, or for us Bhagavat also. So practice, practice, practice. And for those who are in the ashram, who have been able to prove that they are able to control their senses, then we request at least turn your phone off at a certain time, and don't look at it until the morning. And actually, best not to even look at the phone until after japa. That would be the best. Temptation is, of course, to look at it as soon as you wake up. Just have a quick check, what's in my messages? Did anybody like my latest post? But no, rather just exercise a little bit of self-control and encourage them in that way. And that's not always easy. We try not to make too much harsh rules and regulations around that, but also try to trust. But if there are obviously signs of weakness, then other measures have to be taken. But certainly the mobile phone is the major source of problem. So using certain safeguards, different ways to encourage them, we try to mitigate that problem, but it's not easy, and we're always struggling with it. So if you have any further suggestions, will be gratefully received. Great, I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Happy to see the devotees of Radha Landaneshwar. Hare Bol. So, you gave me a very nice class. Here, Hiranyakashipu is narrating the story of the king of Kushiner, Sujagya, who has died in the battlefield, and Yamaraj has come in the guise of a small boy and instructing. So this is the verse spoken by Yamaraj, who is Mahabhagavat. But Hiranyakashipu is repeating the words of Yamaraj, but does not understand the purport. Prabhupada has given the purport of the verse spoken by Yamaraj, but Hiranyakashipu is just the verse, but he does not understand this purport. So Prabhupada is giving the purport that we have to surrender to the Supreme Lord. But Hiranyakashipu is not going to surrender. He only understands that we should not lament for the death of our brother Hiranyaksha. That's all. But he is not going to surrender. Hiranyakashipu is a demon, and he is Asurraj, best of demons, Hiranyakashipu. So he is not going to surrender to the Supreme Lord. And when here Yamaraj is speaking Bhutani, the word Bhutani in plural number, the living entities, and Atma, the word is in singular number. So Atma is for Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, and Bhutani, plural number, is for the living entities. But Hiranyakashipu, perhaps does not understand the difference, and he takes the living entities as Paramatma, although in the same body there is living entity and also the super soul. But these demons, when they interpret Bhagavad Gita, they also identify the living entity to be the Paramatma. They don't understand the two souls in the body, only one soul, and whether it is living entity or Paramatma, same thing. So they are confused. Hiranyakashipu is confused, but Prabhupada gives the purport of Yamraj, Nishtangsasam Yamraj. So this is the greatest Vaishnava, Yamraj is greatest Vaishnava. Prabhupada is giving the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki